to introduce a great team from Warren County. Dan Stec is the Queensbury Town Supervisor and Chairman of the Warren County Board of Supervisors. He's currently running for Assemblyman of the 114th District on a strong record of fiscal conservatism. Mark Westcott is a Warren County Supervisor holding the position of Queensbury Supervisor at Large. Mark also serves as Deputy District Director for Congressman Gibson. Prior to entering politics, Mark was the owner and president of Westcott Marketing. Let's have a warm welcome for Dan and Mark.
How's that? Well, good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate the opportunity to come talk a little bit about this important subject. I'm here with my colleague on the Warren County Board of Supervisors, Mark Westcott. And as was mentioned, I've been on the county board now for 9 years, and this is my second year as the chairman. And I can tell you that what comes out of Albany has real effect and real impacts, not only on people's homes and their property taxes they pay on their homes, but obviously on the businesses that are trying to support our economy. The mandates are providing for a very unfriendly and hostile business climate, and what it becomes a snowball effect where the businesses are discouraged, they don't grow, they leave, and the mandates continue, and they continue to grow, and then the taxes rise again, the business climate gets even worse. So this is how it's affecting us in Warren County. This is how I see it affecting us around upstate New York. Now, to try to put a different perspective on it, I'm a metaphor person, and I like to talk in terms of metaphors that I think people can get their heads around, which explains why I'm a little overdressed here, and my colleague Mark is dressed like a hiker. So we talked about this, and he's heard me talk about this before, and bear with me a minute. We're talking about two things that really should have gone hand in hand, or frankly, one should have preceded the other, and I'm talking about the tax cap and mandate relief. Now, we've been complaining about mandates for decades. The tax cap is a new political creature that came out a couple years ago. And the tax cap's motherhood and apple pie. No local official is going to stand in front of a room full of voters and say that Albany's got it wrong when they're trying to limit your property taxes. That's political suicide. It's crazy for a local official to come out and talk against the property tax cap. That's what we ought to be doing. But what people need to understand is that the state is putting burdens on us that's making us hard. They're telling us to spend money. They're forcing us to spend money. And at the same time, they're chastising us to not spend money. And they're making the voters think that it's our fault that their property taxes are in our control. It's wrong. It's political 101. It's not complicated. It's a political blame game shift. All right. So I've become a little bit known up my way for becoming a hiker. I lost over 100 pounds last year. And then after that, thank you. And after that, I said, you know what? Unfortunately, I haven't cured myself for love of food, and I need to find a way where I can enjoy both. So I'm struggling to find my own happy balance, just like all of you are with your lives, and hopefully the state of New York is with its appetite for spending. But so I took up hiking, and I hiked a lot of the mountains. I hiked all 46 of the high peaks in the Adirondacks. And so I learned as you hike how important it is to pack your backpack. When you're hiking an 18-mile hike, you want to, and we've got a gentleman that's coming here that puts my hiking in perspective. He's walking from the Canadian border all the way down to Long Island talking about mandate relief. But when you hike, you want to make sure that you've got the supplies that you need and nothing more. You need enough water, but you don't want to carry too much water, because at 8 pounds to a gallon, you don't want to carry any more than you have to, but you certainly don't want to run out. You want to have your food, you want to have your safety supplies, you want to have everything you need, but you don't want to have anything else. So imagine, if you will, I'm the state of New York, and Mark's you, the local government, the local taxpayer, the local business owner, the school district. All right, and I'm yelling at Mark, I'm yelling at you to move faster, move faster, move faster. That's the tax cap. At the same time, I'm taking stuff out of my backpack and I'm putting it in Mark's backpack. Those are the mandates. All right, so now not all of the mandates are water and food. Now, I'd just as soon have the state carry their own food and water. All right, but I would also say that it would be smart for neither one of us to carry rocks. So let's find the rocks, take them out of the backpack, put them on the trail. Nobody carry them. Let's see how much farther we can go. Let's see how much faster we can go if we're not carrying weight for the state, or none of us are carrying rocks. And that's the perspective that I think that we need to look at this discussion that we're going to have with New York State. We need to get these out of our backpack. So that's the message that I have. That's the message that I'm bringing to my constituents. And I think that if we do that, I think we'll find that we'll go as fast as the state wants to go. The state wants to cut, I'll cut taxes, I'll limit my budget, but stop putting your budget on my budget and yelling at us to make it work. And I think if we do that, we get past the politics of this and we get into the real issues here, we'll find ways, hey, you know what, we don't need to spend money there. We don't need to offer 3 times in social services what the surrounding states are offering. You know, these are the things that are snowballing on us, that are creating high property taxes. We're at the top of the wrong list there in this country. And that translates into a bad business climate, which translates into a loss of jobs. Everything that everyone's talking about goes back at the end of the day to how we prioritize our spending. And a lot of it has to do with, well, we want to spend it, but we don't want to spend it ourselves, so we'll make the local government spend it. If the state was accountable for their own spending mandates, they would be a little more frugal in what they mandated gets done. It's easy to spend somebody else's money, and that's exactly what I think we're seeing here. So that's my hiking analogy. I appreciate your entertaining me for a minute, and I'd like to introduce Mark Westcott now. Thank you.